So what was going on a week or so back with?
I'll start on this.
Why were PS4s being sold for $90, Ian?
Because people are assholes.
Oh, okay.
Because people are scumbags. So I'm starting. Kotaku. The story broke on Kotaku that basically what had happened was it started with an error being priced on Sears of a Nintendo Wii U and 3DS bundle for, I believe, $60 or $90.
And that was for sale on their website.
Right. And that was for sale on their website. And someone printed it out and went to the store, and they couldn't get it. The manager actually shot it down. But what people realized was very quickly, anyone can sell on Amazon, and anyone can create an official-looking ad on Amazon. So people were putting PlayStation 4s up for sale, and now something like Amazon will shoot you down kind of as an automatic scam if you're selling for less than, like, I mean, if something sells for $400 and you're selling it for $80, they just automatically don't put it up. But you can pre-generate that page, screen cap it, and it looks just like the actual ad. So there were people out there actually so people went out there and they were putting PS4s up for $80 and $90, and they were going and they were
creating
false ads
or false pricing on Amazon Marketplace, which is the third party place. So you go on Amazon, you have like the Amazon listing, but then you have a bunch of anyone else can sell on Amazon and list their own price.
Right. And so I think a lot of people didn't think, and a lot of people felt like we're screwing the man. We're screwing Walmart, we're screwing Kmart, we're screwing these places that do price matching. But as a small business owner and as a person who knows people who have been thrown under the bus for mistakes at big box places as well, you're not fucking anyone but the little guy who needs money to buy presents and food for his families or her families at the holidays. And this is what bothers me about this. No one fucking thought twice about this. If you go out and you scam someone on a busy day, it's the holiday season, and you're screaming and throwing a fucking fake ad in their face, and they're at the counter and they price match it, it's not just you who's coming out ahead, and it's not the big business that loses the money. It's the guy at the counter who's going to get fucking shit canned because he accepted a price match that was false. And no matter how legitimate it looked, the boss of that establishment, that person's direct higher up, is not going to think twice about canning him when it's his ass on the line or the employee. And that's fucking disgusting. Yeah. You're fucking gross.
There's a lot of... I have a lot of issues with this. We're on the same page here. I usually, when it comes to stuff, we usually are.
Not always. I think that's what makes it interesting. But on this, we're definitely
when it comes to consumer stuff, we're usually on the same page.
Sure.
The problem with this idea and thought that no one is affected by my actions, it to me is disturbing. And it's not just for stuff like this, it's on every level where people are tweeting out, people, first of all, if you're stupid enough to tweet out your receipt with like half your credit card number in your store, I think Walmart's going to find out who you are. And they may not be able to do anything about it there technically, but they'll have you on file for the future because companies do that. But this is the problem. When I see people, whether it's reported on Kotaku, and Kotaku was almost encouraging it in some weird, sick way that, well, you're just screwing over Walmart. Do you honestly think, let's just say, for example, that let's just say 200 people, which probably more than actually happened, 200 people got this deal. So a PS4 usually goes for what, $350, $400?
$400 new.
So let's just say they're losing $300 in each. 300 times 200, you do the math there, it's like $60,000.
And you know what $60,000 is to a place like Walmart? Fucking nothing. You haven't screwed over the big guy.
No, what you've screwed over is this. Like Ian astutely pointed out, it's that employee making minimum wage that is sitting at the desk and getting yelled at and just said, I don't want to deal with this, I'll just price match it. And then when his boss finds out, some bosses probably be like, okay, you did a bad thing, we'll let this slide. But what if that person's on 1 or 2 strikes? You don't know. The boss is having a bad day. Yeah, that could give them authority to shit can that person because they maybe showed really bad judgment, or hell, they don't know if they might be in cahoots with the person doing this or persons. You know, because that happens at times where people where scams happen where the employee is in on it with an outside person. Stuff like that does happen.
Right.
So there's just if that happened in the store for any other purpose in any other department, that person could be in trouble in a totally non-related issue. These are things no one fucking thinks about.
Right.
Which really annoys me. And the other part about it is there are many stores. I don't know if Walmart does this, but there are stores where there are bonuses based upon how a store performs. If they get a certain amount over a certain profit level, a percentage of that profit goes back to the individual store employees, and then they get a cut of that. Again, I'm not sure if Walmart does that, but I do know that stores that have done something like that. And if you're doing this and ripping them off, you are hurting those employees directly. You're not hurting the fucking CEO of Walmart. You think it's going to matter to them? And they know it's not going to matter to them at all. And it's just that sort of bullshit sort of attitude where, well, I'm not hurting anyone because I don't think I am, so I'll just do whatever I want. Which is it's just mind-boggling to me.
My blood is starting to boil, and I don't want it to affect the rest of the podcast. So I'm simply going to say this: we live in an age of entitlement. And we live in an age where people think about no one but themselves. We live in an age where we are on the internet constantly, and to so many people, it is just words on the other end of the computer. When you sit down to Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow, if you happen to be one of the people who managed to get a cheap PS4 by scamming a company, I want you to sit down and honestly think about if you're ruining someone else's opportunity to have a meal with their family, if you are ruining someone else's opportunity to have a Christmas because you needed a fucking piece of consumer electronics for $90, here's a better idea, fuckface. Wait until Black Friday and get it for cheaper, or wait until you have the fucking money. Do what the other rest of us do and save up and buy it when you can fucking afford it, you piece of shit.
And I'm glad that there's like cheapy games. They wouldn't run something like this usually. They usually do reputable, real deals. They don't do some. This is fraud. That's what it is. This is fraud.
A cheap-ass gamer wouldn't run something like this.
Yeah, he wouldn't.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know that. I can't verify that, but I would like to think that they wouldn't put something like this.
No, because this isn't a real deal.
It's not.
It's not a real deal. It's fraudulent. So I don't know where you go from here, but just please, this isn't like, whoa, you get good deals at the flea market. No, because that's an agreed upon price, and it's not fraudulent. It's not like Walmart's pricing this at $90, knowing it. They're getting screwed, and it's not like the person walking into the store doesn't realize that that's a fake price. They know it's a fake price, or else they wouldn't be doing it.
Right.
So it's just totally fraudulent. And just think about it. Think about who you're really affecting.
And don't even come at me with the smarter, they need to be smarter than that, or it's their fault thing, because
it's not their fault.
Like I said, if you've worked in retail, you understand how hectic these situations can be. You don't understand what sales go on. Black Friday deals, holiday deals get crazier every year. Sure. And while an employee is probably going to look at that with a raised eye, if it's a matter of getting a 15-person line moving a little bit quicker, they're probably going to look at it and go, this looks like every other ad I've ever price matched, and price match it, even though it seems bizarre. And then it's not like they have time to fucking verify.
And then their boss will come back at the end of the day saying, you did what? You sold one or two PS4s for $90? Like, what's wrong with you?
Right.
Either they're going to be docked pay, or I don't know if there's a sort of demerit system, or again, if there's a Walmart sharing system, I think there is, for profits, that eats away at that.
Right.
That's where it comes out of. It's just bad. And plus, you know what you're screwing over? Everyone else, because price matching is a good thing for the consumer base at large.
Yes.
And so when this happens, stores might be, whoa, this could put us at risk. Why should we do price matching against other stores?
Well, one of the articles, I thought it was the...
Walmart was already forced to change the policy.
I thought it was the Kotaku one, but maybe it was the Consumerist article. But
yes.
They basically led off their article by saying, and in other news, horrible people ruin price matching for everyone.
Sure. So you're taking advantage of, a big business doing something that's actually pretty good for the consumer.
Yeah.
So this is what Walmart actually said. We launched online price matching because it's the right thing for our customers. It's making a meaningful difference for people who want to feel confident they're getting the best price, and we're committed for matching online prices going forward. At the same time, we can't tolerate fraud. We can't tolerate fraud or attempts to trick our cashiers. This kind of activity is unfair to the millions of customers who count on us every day for honest value. With this in mind, we've updated our policy to clarify that we will match prices from Walmart.com and 30 major online retailers, but we won't honor prices from marketplace vendors, third-party sellers, auction sites, or sites requiring memberships. So again, people will say, well, why didn't they do it to begin with? Well, I'm sorry. Sometimes it's hard to think of every scumbag move that someone will potentially make until it happens.
Right.
That's just the bottom line.
Yeah.
You know, you can't always know something that's going to happen until it happens.
Something's going to get through the net. So anyway,
so that much more to say about it. Again, you got a PS4 for $90. Good for you, man. Good for you. You want to spread the news about it and encourage other people to do it. Feel great about yourself.